Hello and welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to learn about the concept of primary key. What primary key is, let me first explain a little bit. Primary key is a combination of two constants. Number one, unique, and number two, not null. So any column that's going to behave like a primary key should have these two constants. It should only allow unique values, no repetition of value, and it should be a not null column, that it is mandatory to enter values in that column. Okay, the primary key constant uniquely identifies each record in database table. Yes, we have discussed in the first line. Okay, primary key must contain unique values, cannot contain null values, the same thing that our formula specified. Okay, this is a little bit more important column. A table can have only one primary key, which may consist of single or multiple fields. Okay, if a primary key consists on more than one column, two column or three column, it is known as a composite key. So we are not going to learn about composite keys in this session. We'll create a separate session for the composite keys. But here we will learn how can we make a primary key in our column. Okay, this is just a recap that we have already learned, that uniqueness, no value will repeat, column cannot be left blank. Okay, let's come to SQL Server for the practical implementation of this task. Come into design view. Any column that you want to behave like a primary key, just right click in front of that name. I want ID as to be my primary key, and click on set primary key, and you are done. Save it. Okay, there will be no impact on your data because you already have both properties in this column, as it was an identity column, auto increment number. So this is uniquely identified, every value is uniquely identified. But if you wish to create address as the primary key column, here there is a value null, here the values are repeating. Let's try to make address as a primary key column. Okay, come into design view, remove this column as a primary key column, click on address and set primary key, hit save. We are given an error, unable to modify table. Why? Because cannot insert value null into column address. The reason is column does not allow nulls. Okay, insert fails, the statement has been terminated. Okay, so there are null values, it cannot be a primary key column. Can we make person name as the primary key column? Hit save. Okay, it's not providing this. Just open it again, and now try to make person as the primary key column. Set primary key. Okay, the key sign itself has come onto the front of person name. Hit save. Okay, now the error is changed. The create unique index statement terminated because duplicate key was found. Why? In a staff table, the duplicate key value is Mr. ABC. You notice that this column name allows duplicate values. ABC, ABC. You can have one more person with name ABC, so that's not going to work in our case. We need to have identity, the uniqueness, and we need to have a not null constant on this column. So any column which has uniqueness, as phone number is unique, and I hope it also does not allow null. Okay, you can make phone number is your primary key column. Okay, come back, remove ID as the primary key, and set phone number as your primary key. You are done, it's saved. Okay, reopen it. in the edit mode. You'll notice that yeah, phone number is already a unique key constant column. It will not allow the repetition again. Okay, so that's it. We have learned the concept of primary keys in this section. Thank you very much for being with me.